You think you're a critical thinker. Right now, listening to this, you probably believe it. But here's the question that's going to sting. How many times in the last 6 months have you genuinely changed your mind about something that matters? Not small adjustments. I'm talking about flipping the table, actually admitting you were dead wrong. If your answer is rarely or never, welcome to 95% of humanity. We all think we're critical thinkers, but we're trapped in an illusion so comfortable, we don't even want to escape it. In this video, 5 philosophers are going to show you why you're not thinking critically, and more importantly, how to actually start. Let's go. Here's what's happening in your brain right now. You scroll through social media. You see a post confirming exactly what you already believe. You share it. You feel smart. You feel right. That's not critical thinking. That's the opposite. 25 centuries ago, Socrates walked through Athens asking people one simple question. Do you actually know what you think you know? He discovered something unsettling. The most confident people were the most ignorant. They didn't know what they didn't know. He called the American Socratic ignorance, the gap between confidence and actual understanding. Your brain is designed to make you feel certain, to protect your existing beliefs, to find reasons to dismiss contradictory evidence. This isn't a personal flaw, it's neurology. But here's the problem. The smarter you are, the better you are at defending beliefs you've never actually questioned. Intelligence doesn't equal critical thinking. It's actually the opposite. Intelligent people can rationalize anything. So Socrates' first lesson is this. Real thinking begins with doubt, not about everything, but about what you're most certain about. So, what is critical thinking actually? It's not just thinking hard. It's not radical skepticism. It's a systematic approach to evaluating claims by examining evidence, logic, and alternative perspectives. But here's what makes it deeper. Aristotle taught that critical thinking is a virtue, a habit you develop through practice until it becomes automatic. You don't become a critical thinker by reading about critical thinking. You become one by thinking critically, repeatedly, until it's wired into your mind. Aristotle also taught that virtue is a mean between two extremes. Critical thinking is the mean between blind credulity and radical skepticism. Blind credulity is believing everything without questioning. Radical skepticism is doubting everything to the point of paralysis. Critical thinking? It's the balance, open enough to genuinely consider new evidence, skeptical enough to examine it rigorously, and it involves 4 specific moves. 1. Examining evidence, not just evidence supporting your view, but all evidence. 2. Understanding logic. Does the argument actually make sense, or are there logical fallacies? 3. Examining assumptions. What unstated beliefs does this claim rest on? And 4. Considering alternatives. How could a reasonable person believe the opposite? Notice what this isn't. It's not about being right. It's about understanding reality as accurately as possible, even when that contradicts what you want to believe. Now we get to the hard part. Your brain has systematic biases that actively prevent critical thinking. Francis Bacon called them the idols of the mind, distortions that prevent us from seeing reality clearly. The idol of the tribe. You seek information confirming what you already believe and ignore contradicting information. This is automatic. Your brain does it without your permission. The idol of the cave. You're trapped in your limited perspective. You think the shadows on your cave wall are the whole reality. This is why people with little knowledge are often most confident. They don't know what they're missing. The idol of the marketplace. Language and social discourse distort reality. You get attached to certain ways of talking about things and mistake those linguistic frameworks for reality itself. The idol of the theater. You believe false philosophies because they're presented dramatically or authoritatively. You're watching a performance, not reality. The idol of the system. You're trapped in your tribe's ideology. You favor information from your group and dismiss information from them, regardless of quality. These aren't bugs. They're features that helped your ancestors survive. But in the modern world, they're preventing you from thinking clearly. The question is, how do you escape them? So, you're trapped by Bacon's idols. Your biases are running the show. Is there a way out? Yes. And it comes from David Hume, an 18th century philosopher who asked, how do we actually know anything? His answer, through experience, through observation, through empirical evidence. When you encounter a claim, don't accept it because it fits your worldview. Don't reject it because it comes from them. Instead, ask, what is the empirical evidence? What can we actually observe? Someone claims social media makes you depressed. Look at the data. What do studies show? What are the confounding variables? What's the sample size? This is human empiricism. You're grounding your belief in observation, not tribal affiliation or intuition. But here's Hume's deeper insight. Observation isn't passive. When you observe, you're interpreting. You're inferring causation from correlation. And that's where bias creeps back in. So Hume teaches us to ask 4 questions. 1. What is the empirical evidence? 2. How was this evidence gathered? Could bias affect the methodology? 3. What alternative explanations exist for what we observe? 4. What are the limits of this evidence? How confident can we actually be? These questions pull you out of tribal thinking and into reality. They work regardless of your starting beliefs. We've escaped Bacon's idols. We're observing empirically like Hume taught us. But there's one final step. The most powerful tool in critical thinking. Karl Popper called it falsification, and it's revolutionary. Here's the problem with observation. You can observe evidence supporting almost any belief. You can cherry-pick data. You can find correlations that support your view. So Popper asked, what if we flip the question? Instead of asking, what evidence supports my belief? Ask, what evidence would prove me wrong? This is the difference between confirmation and falsification. With confirmation, you're looking for evidence supporting your position. You'll always find it. Your brain is designed to find it. With falsification, you're looking for evidence that would make your belief false. If you can't think of any evidence that would change your mind, then your belief isn't based on logic. It's based on dogma. Here's the test. Think of something you believe strongly. Now ask yourself, is there any evidence that would make me change my mind? If not, I'm not thinking critically. I'm just defending a position. This is Popper's genius. He didn't just teach us how to think better. He gave us a test to know if we're thinking at all. And here's the beautiful part. This works for everything. Politics, religion, science, relationships, career choices. If you can't articulate what would prove you wrong, you're not thinking critically. You're just believing. You came into this video thinking you were a critical thinker. Maybe you're leaving thinking you're not. That's actually progress. Because here's what 5 philosophers across 2,500 years all agreed on. Critical thinking isn't about being right. It's about being less wrong than you were yesterday. Socrates taught us to question what we're most certain about. Aristotle showed us it's a virtue, a habit we build through practice. Bacon exposed the systematic biases that trap us. Hume grounded us in empirical observation, and Popper gave us the ultimate test. What would prove you wrong? This week, pick one of these tools. Just one. Use it on something you believe. Use it on an argument you encounter. Use it on a conversation with someone you disagree with. Then come back and tell me what shifted. Because the only way critical thinking becomes real is when you actually do it. If this resonated, subscribe. Because next week, we're diving into how these 5 philosophers would respond to the biggest questions of modern life. Thanks for watching. Now go think critically.